Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. How many of you watching today are from Italia? Italian players. There's quite a few. And we are going to be featuring the carro da cambiamento, which translated into English means the car that changes. The car that can change. The changing car. It's hard to translate from Italian to English. There's certain words, like little words, like da, they can translate differently depending on what sentence you use them in. That's why some Italian jokes are hilarious in Italian, but they're not that funny when you repeat them in English. Two amazing games today, starting with the Carro da Cambiamento, Carro 45T, with the fancy azzurro blue camouflage pattern. So I'm sure this player is born and got Italian blood in him. Okay? He's a proud, fiercely proud Italian. Italy, the country that brought us all the magnificent stuff like espresso and tagliatelle and cannelloni, right? All that's Michelangelo and all the naked statues. Leonardo da Vinci. What else? Lots of stuff. I mean, the Italians are just full of wonder. And I mean, let's not do a full video on the what Italy has provided the world, the culture and the magnificence that Italy has bestowed on the rest of the world. And it's true. I'm not being facetious or there's just so much that's because of the long history and just a lot of smart people. The scientists and cooks and chefs and singers. Opera. La la la. Right? Figaro qua. Figaro la. You know what that means, right? Are you here? Are you there? Figaro, your mother wants you. Right? And then they moved to New York and they made all the money. These Italians. But it's true. The translation, carro da cambiamento. Carro means car. Da cambiamento means that can change. Able to change, or like you can tell a joke. One of the funniest jokes in the history of the world was told by an Italian comedian in the old days, very old, years ago. Well, old, relatively speaking, a long time. Most of you would not know. His name was Totò. Was his name? And he did old movies, and famous lines like he did one movie of the Tour de France, and he's an old guy, right, with little spindly legs and stuff. And one of the movies he did, this is in black and white era, he was in the Tour de France. Cycling's a big thing in Italy, but he liked to drink and eat and party and womanize and stuff. But he's in the Tour de France, and it's just a ridiculous movie. And the stage would start, and all the cyclists, and they had these professional cyclists. They go and they're cycling, and Totò is at the coffee shop having an espresso, sitting down, catching some rays. He's got his cycling stuff on, and one of his assistants runs over and says, "Totò, the race has started. What are you doing? You got to get out there." And he's sitting there drinking his coffee, and he goes, quattro pedalate, which is hilarious, right? It's absolutely hilarious, hysterically hilarious in Italian. Translated into English, quattro pedalate means 4 pedals. Which what he means is, he'll just pedal 4 times and catch up. But it's not funny in English, right? Hey, the race is starting. What are you doing? 4 pedals. It's not funny. But that's not the funniest joke ever told in Italian. That's one of the funniest. But the funniest joke ever in Italian, and I'm laughing, right, because I speak fluently and I understand all this stuff. The funniest, in Italian it's called barzelletta. That's a joke. The funniest joke ever in Italian was Totò. He's traveling. He's got a suitcase. and he's at the airport, and he's trying to get through customs, and he's smuggling chocolate over the border. I guess he's trying to get back in Italy or something. And there's the guy in the uniform, very serious, and they're checking him out, and they go through his bags, and then and in Italian, cos'è questa roba? And until he gets caught with the chocolate, right? He goes, la mangina delle galline, which means it's chicken feed. He said, the guy says, no, it's not, it's chocolate. He goes, no, la mangina delle galline means it's chicken feed. And the guy at the border goes, oh, what are you talking about? This is chocolate. Like, chickens don't eat chocolate. Le galline non mangiano la cioccolata. Right? He's ready to arrest the guy. And Totò goes, beh, io lo provo, se non ci piacciono lo sputano. Which is the funniest joke ever in the history of the world. And I want you to leave a comment in the comment section. If you're Italian, I'm serious here, guys. I'm not faking it. I can't fake laughing like this. If you are Italian, I'm being serious. I know there's going to be some Italians that are watching now. I want you to leave a comment. Do your comment in all caps, okay, so that I can search for your comment and then I'll read them. If you are Italian and you are not laughing right now, le galline non mangiano la cioccolata. The chickens don't eat chocolate. And Totò says, beh, io provo, se non ci piacciono lo sputano. And it's funny no matter how many times you say it. So if you are Italian and you're watching this, please leave a comment and confirm with me, yes, that is the funniest joke ever in the history of the world. So now I will translate it for you, because I know most of you are not Italian. You're watching this, you're going, what the fuck? What's going on? So the guy at the border, and it won't be funny in English, okay? So he's trying to cross the border, he's got a suitcase, the guy opens it up, it's a lot of chocolate, he's trying to smuggle the chocolate in, he goes, oh, what's this? Totò says, this is chicken feed. The guy says, no, it's not chicken feed, it's chocolate. He goes, no, it's chicken feed. The guy goes, oh, chickens don't eat chocolate. To which Totò says, well, I'm going to try. If they don't like it, they can spit it out. Now, I guess let me know if you're not Italian. Let me know in the comment section whether you think that's funny. Well, I'm going to try and feed it to them. If they don't like it, they can spit it out. And chickens spitting, right? Chocolate. Yeah, I know. It's just what it is. What it was like everything in Italy, right? Like everything that Italians do is magnificence and seeking, what's the word? Perfection. It can't just be funny. It can't be just a slapstick, like the garbage we see here in North America on TV, where there's a laugh track, and there's 4 actors, and each of them say 2 words and complete. They go around and each one says 2 words, and he sat down and then spilt the drink. Right? They complete each other's sentence, and then it's like supposedly funny. Yeah. Assured mediocrity in North America, where just sell. In Italy, they seek the perfection, right? If you're going to wear the sunglasses, they have to be the best sunglasses in the world. They have to have the best lens. They have to protect from the UV. They have to be stylish, and they have to match your sweater, which you put across your shoulders and tie in front. Right? If you're going to have a coffee, you don't just have a Nescafe or a Frappo, Mocha, whatever the fuck, right? It's an espresso made with the best beans, roasted like 2 hours ago, in a machine that drips the hottest liquid in a form of steam, pushes through the macchinette, and and it captures the aroma of the coffee. Have you ever seen the macchinette? I've got a video on how to make coffee. Maybe I'll link it here. How to make the perfect cup of coffee. You need the Italian macchinette, the best in the world. The coffee just tastes. Other coffee tastes like shit. Everything has to be perfection, perfetto. It has to be. Nothing is just good enough. It's never good enough, right? Like the Mona Lisa, good. I'm not getting the smile right. That's good enough. No, he worked for 17 years, perfected it until. Then it's perfect, right? Michelangelo, he's got to paint the ceiling. Just slap a primer up there and a little bit of red and white and green should be good. No, on his back on a scaffold for 48 years. Paint dripping into his eyes until it's magnifico, perfetto, and will be appreciated by millions of humans for thousands of years. We're going to build the Colosseum. How long should we build it for? It's got to last. Yeah, let's make it so that it'll last 50,000 years. They built stuff in my city here. We're going to build up a new house. So how do we make the shower? We'll use that plastic stuff. We'll guarantee it for 6 years. In 6 years it's leaking. Bulldoze the house. Make a new one. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? They seek perfection. Everything they do. And that's why they're so happy, right? In day-to-day life, they're going to go for a walk. It's not going to just be a walk. It's going to be a perfect walk. You have to have the slippers. I want to wear the socks because maybe there's a little bit of wind. I don't like the wind to blow the sand between my toes. So I wear the socks and the slippers without the thing that goes between the toes. I have to be. And when I walk, my feet point slightly out. 1, 2, 3, and I walk and I talk. And halfway we stop at the gelateria and we get a little ice cream. And we walk around the block. We talk to Mario and Lucia. We sit as the sun is setting. We watch it on the water and then we come back. It's a perfect walk. It's not just, let's go for a walk. My Fitbit says I need to do another 142 steps to stay in shape. Let's go. No, for an Italian, it's la passeggiata. Let's go for a passeggiata. It's a whole ordeal. It takes like 2 hours. And when they come back, that was the best walk we ever did. Mario, give me a slice of that salami and make another cappuccino. It's different. It's different, and that's why I paused the video to finish this. That's why it's so funny when they talk about the chicken that's going to spit out the chocolate. But I think these nuances are lost on some of the viewers that are sitting here saying, when are you going to start the second game? So let's move on. And we're switching to a French tank now because a whole video about Italy would be too much for most people, right? Too much. Please, Jesus, one win, says the Super Conqueror. Only one. A recently nerfed Super Conqueror is just pleading for victory in the chat. But in a French, completely different, right? Same European country, similar behaviors in food and sort of culture, but completely different people, right? The French, completely different. The French like to think that they're laid back and enjoy life like the Italians, but no, they're just high-strung, rude, and easily insulted, and impatient, and arrogant, and dislike everyone. Whereas the Italians, they love everyone if you're spending money, but if you cross them, if you cross the Italians, they'll look at you in the eye and smile. Oh, it's okay, it's great, no problem. Come on, have another. Let's have a beer. It's fine, right? And you'll go, wow, what a very understanding person. It's not till 17 years later when they stick the cortello in the back, right? Because they remember. But the French, they'll get annoyed before you even show up. They're just try and go to France and go to a restaurant and order food and speak English. And the minute they get like worried or scared, they run away. Whereas the Italians, they never get in that position to have to run away. They run away before it starts. As a matter of fact, what's the story that happened in the Second World War? I can't. It's so hilarious. The Allies were trying to decide what. I forget the story. I'm gonna do it in another video because. Well, hold on. Okay, I looked it up. There's like the Italians were notorious for in the Second World because the regular people they didn't want to they just didn't want to get involved. You know, they weren't interested. They had to follow, but they really weren't interested in the whole war thing. And they had to defend against Allied attacks. And I remember there's one story where all the intelligence said that the Allies are going to attack this position, and so it has to be heavily guarded. That's what the Italian intelligence told them. You know, so obviously the troops, they didn't want to go there, right? So what they did is they didn't go there. They went to other positions to guard, other positions that were strategically useless, where they were sure the Allies would not attack. You know, to just stay out of it. But the Allies, of course, were doing their intelligence, saying, well, they expect us to attack here, and obviously it's going to be heavily guarded. So let's fool them. Instead, we'll go over here. There won't be any of them there. They would try to use reverse psychology. So the Allies attacked in the position where, you know, it wasn't important, not a strategic position that they thought, well, the Italians will obviously be defending the important position. But when they got there, all the Italians were there. They immediately surrendered. So they attacked the position that was strategically not important, thinking that there wouldn't be any defense, and then they would have a long road to try and work their way to the strategic location. But of course, the Italians were not in the strategic location; they were in the strategically not important location, which the Allies showed up and went, "Oh my God, there's a whole bunch of them here," but they surrendered. So then the Allies could get the non-important location, the Italian army, and easily go take the strategic location. And if you're Italian, you'll be the first one to laugh at that and say, of course, you think we're going to go there and fight and die like idiots? And I don't mean to make light of the whole... You can't make jokes sometimes about things that happened, the world wars and stuff, because a lot of people lost their lives and fought for our freedom, right? I understand that. It's just you have to try and search for some humor and everything. And I'm trying to explain the difference between the French and the Italians. The French would have been at the strategic location and surrendered. The Italians are on the non-strategic location and surrender. And the Allies would have went around the French, or the Germans would have went around the French. It's just hilarious. But getting back to the point. See, this video is about comedy. In case you're confused right now, I'm trying to explain comedy to you guys, okay? And how, there are no funny French people. Comedy does not exist. French and Germans, there are no funny French and Germans. There are a lot of funny Italians, right? Italians like to laugh. And I told you the funniest joke ever in the history of the world, which is about the chickens and the chocolate. There is no funny French joke. There's no funny German joke either. Are there any Germans watching? Are there? Okay, maybe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If there's some people watching that are German, please let me know if there is any jokes. Are there any jokes? Like, I mean, in Germany, like what's the bedtime story that the Germans tell their kids is about two kids that go in the woods and they get lost, and then they get abducted and they get kidnapped or something, and they're going to be eaten, or the Hansel and Gretel, like a really fun story. That's a joke in Germany. What's the story of Hansel and Gretel? It's the most morbid. You couldn't make a movie of it now because it would be rated. Children wouldn't be allowed to watch it. They tell that to all their kids as the bedtime story. Before you go to sleep, let us tell you this story about the two kids that get kidnapped in the woods and eaten. That's German comedy. Whereas the Italians, in case you didn't know, wonderful stories, right, with a meaning. Most of the stories, the Disney stories, are all Italian, right? Pinocchio, Geppetto was Italian, right? He made the little wooden kid. If the kid lies, his nose grows. Teaching the kids don't lie. It's funny. It's right. What is it called? Whatever her name, La Biancaneve. Biancaneve means Snow White. That's an Italian story. They're all Italian. All of that stuff. Everything. All of the stories, all of the Disney stories, all of the classic bedtime and things, they're all Italian. You probably don't know that. You're probably thinking they're Disney. Walt Disney wrote those. No, they didn't. They just put them on the screen for us. So, Italians that are watching, I want you, in all caps, I want you, because some of the people that are watching the video, they have no idea what I'm talking about. But when you guys go to read the comments, you'll see, hopefully, there'll be some Italians that have left some comments, and and so he would say, those Italians, they're nuts. It's amazing how different cultures are different. And, whoa! That was unexpected. You just lost 704. This is the first comment I've made about the actual game. Do you see the IS? He was just driving around, minding his own business, and he took 742 damage from a WZ-113 GFT. All right. Let's give me your jokes, okay? You know who else is really funny? Canadians are really funny. All you Americans, all your favorite comedians that you guys watch down there, they're all Canadian. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Most of the people you Americans think are funny are Canadian. But give me your best jokes. Or, you guys are too shy to put jokes in the comments. Which country is the funniest people? Not the funniest looking. Which country has the funniest comedians? Which is the funniest joke ever made? It is the chicken with the chocolate. That's it. There's no contender, right? There's nothing that's ever even come close, right? It's the standing supreme joke ever told in the world. And all jokes are based. Even modern comedians will reference the Toto story and how it's the most brilliant joke ever made, and how their jokes have to capture that essence. I can't describe it. You got to someone who's smart. Please describe why that joke is so funny. What's the essence of that? What does it capture that makes it so hilarious? Please describe that, because I don't know how to describe it. I just know it is. And you can tell it 500 times and it's funny every time. But you're probably getting to at this point thinking, please make it stop. It's over, okay? See? It's done. Oh, he did okay. We kind of missed the games today, which is, what are you going to do, huh? But I'll be interested in reading your comments today. Those that are informative, entertaining, and capture the essence of what we're discussing here will get little hearts. I'll catch you guys on the next one.